Shalom, shalom. I want to say all praises again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash, the Bible said the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the Akim pushing this word in our sincerity and truth. This is Kazakh.
And Shapal.
Alright, and we're here again with this morning. This is a verse of the day from the KJV Bible app. Alright. Today's verse comes from Baruch 4 and verse 18. Right, can I read that up? But we are we just are gonna read the point at the verse, okay. And then we are gonna go up a little further and get into the breakdown.
Okay, so this is Baruch 4 verse 18. So, for he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies.
Yeah, so that's basically the main point of this video, right? We been delivered, right, from the punishment we will basically get put under, right? Because really this what we are going through right now, seeing is we being punished, we being disciplined for disobedience, right, and rebelliousness and all the things where our people known for, right? So jump to the verse 14 verse.
Alright, so back in Baruch 4, start verse 14. So let them that dwell in Zion come.
About Zion.
It's like let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them.
Right. So since the captivity of Egypt, right, we were delivered, right. We've been through many other captivities, right. Babylonian captivity, right. Assyrian, we serve under the Greeks, the Romans, right. The second leg of the Romans, seen, and now which is now the second leg of the Roman Empire, right. And we're still in captivity, we're still in a bondage, right. Go on.
Verse 15. For we had brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old men nor pity child.
Right. So this strange nation is speaking of Edom, right? Edom is a so-called white man, right? Because them pitied not children, them not pity child, them not pity men, women, right? Them not pity the old nor the young. See, remember back, I do some research on the transatlantic slave trade, and you see the atrocities, yeah. A lot of the atrocities that get done to our people recorded in history. History overall, not just the transatlantic slave trade, right? Because even the Christopher Columbus and the native over here in the Caribbean, right? Also the natives, what the Native Americans suffered by the hands of the Europeans, right? So everywhere this man go, him bring wrath and destruction, right? But the as what the precept say, and as we brothers in the truth know, that these men get brought upon us, or this nation get brought upon us, right? By the hands of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So okay. Verse
16. He said, these have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow.
Right, and who is the widow? Israel, Jerusalem. Right? See. Go on.
And left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters.
Go on.
But what can I help you?
Right, so it's a question. What can I help you? See, continue.
For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies.
Right. So the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that brought these plagues upon us, the captivity, the suffering, the diseases that we are go through, the madness how people are suffer, right? All these things how people are go through right now on this side of the world, right? In this kingdom. Seeing the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will brought them upon us, I go take them back. Right? But right, there is a process in which the Lord I go do this. Right? And it begins with us. Right? Through faith. Give me the second precept.
Alright, so this is Isaiah 50 verse 2. So wherefore, when I come, right, was there no man? When I call, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all that I cannot redeem?
Right. So basically the Lord is saying, look, him called but there was no answer. Him a call and there is no answer, yo. You see me? But through the voice of we the men of the Lord, right, we go out in the highways and the byways and prophesy, right? Preaching the gospel and preaching the way how we are gonna be delivered. Seen, but nobody now regard it. Right? Continue.
So, or have I no power to deliver?
Right. So the question is the Lord's hand short that it cannot redeem or deliver? Right? Or is the Lord powerless to deliver we? See, no, the Lord have all the power in the world. See, and the precept go down for tell you, go on.
Say, behold, at my rebuke, right, I dried up the sea.
Right, at the Lord's voice, the seas go dry. Go on.
I made the rivers a wilderness.
Right, they make the rivers a wilderness.
Their fish stinketh because there is no water, and diet for thirst. So I clothe the heaven with the blackness, right, and I make sackcloth their covering.
Right, since the Lord, right, do all these things, right? So is it not possible for him to deliver? Right? Yes, the Lord will deliver, but as we said before, right, it begins with us. It begins with faith. Right? We having faith in the Lord and doing the things required. Right? And give me the precept in our Chronicles.
Alright, so this is 2 Chronicles 7 verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sins, and will heal their land.
Right. So the Lord. So if the Lord's people, which are Israel, which is Israel, right? Yasharala in the Hebrew meaning Prince of God, or sons of God. Seen, will humble themselves, right? Stop being proud, right? Because a lot of our people proud. We get feed the philosophy that we should be proud in whatever we do. And I mean that's why you have faggots running wild, right? That's why you have women doing whatever them feel because them proud in what them do. See, if we humble ourselves, right, and seek the face of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right, through the prophets, through the scriptures, you know what I mean? Then the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right, I go heal our land, right, and basically deliver our people from the captivity where they must serve. See?
So this is Deuteronomy 30 verse 1. So, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon you, come upon thee, the blessings and cursings which I have set before thee, right, thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Right, so the blessings and the curses, right, going back to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1, and then 28 and verse 15, the blessing and the curse. On.
right? And shall return unto the Lord thy God, right? And shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day.
Right.
Thou and thy children with all the heart, with all thine heart, and with all thy soul.
Right.
So that them the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, right, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
Right. So going back to the First Chronicles, right? Seek the Lord, right? Keep him ways, keep him laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? Right? Obey him voice. Seeing then the Lord I got turn with captivity, meaning which we in the process now of the captivity being turned. You know what I mean? Because and the curses as well. Seeing because a lot of things where basically get written about us, right? Or a lot of these curses where a lot of the curses them we will go through, right? You find out so them take time and shift to some of the other nations, right? See, it go back to prophecies, because if the captivity turn, right, it have to turn to somebody else with the round the table basically, right? Like the saying we say the table shall turn. See, if the table turn, it will turn to somebody else with their own it. See, so yo, if the captivity are turned from we, right, it must turn to these other nations, right, to the heathen. Right. So once this captivity is turned, you know what I mean, we are going go back in our land, right? We are going to dwell in a righteousness, right? And a lot of we, all of we basically, many of the truth, right? We basically are seek righteousness. We are seek to be righteous, right? We want to stop one if we can able to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, right, in 100%. Seeing.
Continue.
Yeah.
It's verse 4. Say, if any of if any of thine be driven out unto the uttermost part of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Alright. We can just jump to verse 7.
Yeah,
Find out verse 7. So, jump into verse 7. Say, and the Lord thy God will put all his curses upon thine enemies,
right,
and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
right. See, so just as we said before, look, if the table turn, right, then these things must turn with the table to the other nations, right? And just as the precept said, right, the Lord gonna put all the curses upon the enemies, yo, right? Starting with the so-called white man, right? Because them are our main adversary, right? Them hit the list. Them are the ones who carry out all of the things them for destroy our people, right? The heathen them are just the dogs who lick the sore, according to the parable, right? In a Luke, yeah. Go on.
Alright, so this is Baruch 4 verse 25, 24. See, like as now the daughters of Zion have seen your captivity. The name slack. This is Baruch 4 verse 24. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity.
Right. So
right.
Like as now as the precept said, the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, meaning these nations, right, where they round about us, them seen with captivity. Hence why you have the Edens will lick the sore, right? For example, out here in Jamaica, you have China, where basically I do a lot of so-called developments, right? But under wraps are basically tactics seen to get with people, to basically put people in a bondage, right? If we make our people be servitude to them, because we not gonna ever be able to pay them back for what them a do. You know what I mean? The so-called white man, right? All of them nations are hypocritical, right? Because you have you have the IMF that say how China basically give out predator loans, meaning some loan where people now can pay back. So basically them are go own, or them are go have talk in that country. But the hypocrisy about that is that IMF do the same thing. IMF been a do the same thing longer before even China start do these things. You know what I mean? So yeah, them nations are hypocritical. Continue.
It's so like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from the Lord of power, which shall come upon you with great glory and
Right.
brightness of everlasting.
Right. And it shall be soon. Yeah? It shall be soon. Right? Because we're in at the time of salvation right now. You know what I mean? As the precept in Galatians say, for our captivity, so like yeah, for yet is our salvation nearer than we believe. You know what I mean? So yeah, we they close.
Romans. Huh? I believe a Romans.
Romans. Oh yeah, so like yeah.
We can find it still.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Romans 13 verse 11. Yeah. This is Romans 13 verse 11. Say, and knowing that, knowing the time that it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Right. So now it is high time to awake out of sleep, yeah? Right? Now is the time where we are prepared to get delivered. You know what I mean? Just like but then in Egypt, right? Where basically where people are get ready to be delivered out of Egypt. Right? So so because of that, the women them make the door without the level. Right? Basically for haste, right? Because now them are get ready for move in time, right? The same thing even today when people like I go on certain trip or even I go take a flight, you see them wake up early in the morning or them are prepared from the night before. Sometimes them just get up, put some hot water in their mouth and gone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cause a time for move, yeah? A time for be alert, ready for anything, ready for go.
We can drop a short piece before we go back.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so this is Jeremiah 51 verse 6. Say, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
Right.
Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Right, and that fleeing don't literally, literally means if you take a plane and go Israel, or cause Israel will get destroyed as well. Right? The land have to get purged because I be a faggots. Be a faggotry going down there, yo. None of the laws them now get keeping at the land. See, so that have to get purged. You know what I mean? So the precept now literally tell us how to flee America and go nowhere else. You know what I mean? The flee they start with the mind, yo. Right? Flee from the philosophies. You know what I mean? Flee from Esau's way of life, Esau's standard of living. See, the things them where the Western world live for, the things where the Western world push and teach. You know what I mean? Flee from them things there, yo. Right? As Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. You know what I mean? None but ourselves can free our mind. But the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua the one to free our mind still. You know about Bob Marley.
See, these bringing us back to the truth. You know, this is our knowledge. Yeah, it's back in Baruch 4 verse, we start back at verse 24. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they shortly see your salvation from the Lord Yahweh Yahushua, our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh.
Right. Suffer patiently the wrath. You know what I mean? And if we can use Egypt as an example again, you know what I mean, when the Lord sent Moses down to Egypt the first couple times, them, you know what I mean, the thing get the captivity basically get heavy upon them. You know what I mean? Because them start feel good now. Them are hear about Moses coming and sweet up them mind and them thing them feel say yes man they are for them. You know what I mean? But what Pharaoh do? Pharaoh say them idle. You know what I mean? And him give them extra work. See? If you watch the movie 10 Commandments, when you reach the part where Pharaoh give them extra work, him tell them say you want double the amount of malt or the amount of bricks, right? And one of the Israelite them in the mud pit, I say yo, they not a straw for make the brick. You know what I mean? And him I say yo, whip them and say yo, make it up, you see me? So yeah, things are gonna get heavier and heavier the closer we come to deliverance and salvation, yeah. You know what I mean? So bear these things in mind and not just get up and move. Or a chariot just come beam up or according to how I see them. You know what I mean? This whole rapture business. No, it's not like that, yo. We have to go through the struggles, we have to go through the tribulation. Yeah? One.
It's my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, right? For thine enemy hath persecuted thee,
Right.
but surely thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck.
Right.
And it says, suffer the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, as I put you from the beginning of the precept, from the beginning of the lesson. The Lord are the one who bring this. You know what I mean? So the Lord alone can
deliver,
you know.
Yeah. That finish?
Mm-hmm.
You have a next one?
No.
Alright, so hopefully this lesson was edifying, right? And to who is to be edified. And want to say until next one, Shalom and double honors again. Kalalal again to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom to all Akim pushing this word in sincerity and truth.